What is the typical setup in the Vienna game? Have you ever wondered how the Vienna game unfolds on the chessboard? This opening has some unique features that set it apart from more traditional choices. Let's break down the typical setup and key moves that define this interesting opening. The Vienna game starts with the moves 1 pawn to e4, followed by 1 pawn to e5. After that, white plays to knight to c3. This move is different from the more common knight to f3. By placing the knight on c3, white supports the central pawn on e4 and keeps options open for future development. Black often responds with knight to f6, which is known as the Falkbeer variation. This move puts pressure on white's pawn on e4 and prepares for further development. From here, white has a couple of exciting options. One popular choice is to push the pawn to f4, which initiates the Vienna Gambit. This aggressive move aims to challenge black's central pawn on e5 and create chances for an early attack. Alternatively, white can develop the bishop to c4. This move focuses on rapid development and control of the center. It prepares for a strong presence on the board while keeping options flexible. Another approach for white includes fianchettoing the kingside bishop with moves like pawn to g3 and bishop to g2. This quieter setup can lead to solid positional play. The Vienna game is less theoretical than openings like the Ruy Lopez or Italian game. This can catch opponents off guard, especially those who are more familiar with mainstream openings. White aims to control the center with pawns and pieces while keeping options open for a kingside attack or a solid setup. One thing to keep in mind is that the c-pawn can be somewhat blocked by the knight on c3. This can make preparing the pawn break d2 to d4 a bit more challenging. However, the Vienna Gambit, with the pawn pushed to f4, is an exciting choice that seeks to open lines and gain attacking chances early in the game. In summary, the typical setup in the Vienna game involves white playing 1 pawn to e4, 1 pawn to e5, and then to knight to c3. This setup allows for flexible plans, whether pursuing the Vienna Gambit or opting for quieter development. This opening strikes a balance between solid positional play and attacking possibilities, making it appealing to both beginners and seasoned players looking for a fresh approach.